2025 felt like the world's most chaotic science fair. You had all the big names, the Googles, the OpenAIs, basically in a mad dash, each trying to build a bigger, better, flashier volcano. It was all about who had the coolest chatbot. But as the year started to wrap up, something really fundamental changed. The competition, it's not about whose project blows up the best anymore. It's about what comes next.
And this quote from AI Weekly, it absolutely nails it. We've officially moved past the point of just asking a simple question and getting a simple answer back. The tech has grown up. We're talking about systems that can act, reason, and actually become part of our workflow. It's no longer a tool that helps you find stuff, it's a partner that helps you get stuff done.
So today, that's what we're going to break down, the 4 huge shifts that are defining this completely new era. We're going to look at how AI literally started thinking for itself, how it stepped out into the real world, the crazy upgrades to the tools you use every day, and of course, the big reality check that comes with all this new power. Okay, let's dive right in with our first pillar, the agentic pivot. And honestly, this is the big one. This is the core idea that's driving everything else we're going to talk about, where AI is shifting from being a passive tool to becoming an autonomous agent.
So, what in the world do we mean by agentic? Well, think of it like this. Your old AI was like a calculator. It just sat there waiting for you to type in the next problem. An agentic AI is different. You give it a goal, and it figures out the entire plan. It executes the steps, it problem solves along the way, and it does it all without you holding its hand.
And this slide just captures that leap perfectly. We've gone from AI as a helpful little assistant, suggesting the next line of code, to AI as a full-on project lead. I mean, models like Mistral's new DevStrol 2 can take a vague idea for an app and then manage the entire project, from planning to debugging to shipping it. It's a whole new ballgame.
And here is the why. This is the reason all of this is suddenly possible. For these agents to actually be useful, you have to be able to trust them, right? Well, OpenAI's latest model, GPT 5.2, is reportedly showing a 60% drop in logical reasoning errors. That is a massive, massive leap in reliability, and it's what's making these autonomous systems truly viable for professional, high-stakes work.
So this incredible new intelligence isn't just sitting in the cloud anymore. And that brings us to our second pillar. It's leaving the server room, it's leaving the digital world, and it is stepping right into our physical one.
We just saw this with the latest update to Tesla's Optimus robot. It can now walk totally on its own, untethered on rough outdoor terrain. But it's about more than just walking. At the recent Robot Olympics, these machines weren't judged on how they looked, but on how they handled real-world messiness, navigating cluttered rooms, washing dishes, and yes, even picking up after the dog. This is AI graduating from the sterile lab to the chaotic living room.
This is also completely transforming how we do science. Get this. Google DeepMind is teaming up with the UK government to build a self-driving research lab. Inside this place, AI-powered robots are going to autonomously discover and test brand new materials for things like superconductors. They're closing the whole loop from an idea to a physical experiment, all without a human ever touching a thing.
And the impact on medicine, well, it's just profound. Researchers at Mount Sinai have built a new model they call V2P, variant to phenotype. This thing goes way beyond just reading your genetic code. It can actually look at a specific mutation and predict the exact disease it's going to cause. For precision medicine, this is an absolutely monumental step forward.
Okay, so smarter agents and physical robots are amazing. But what does this all mean for the actual software you and I use every single day? Well, it means your digital toolbox is getting a huge upgrade. It's no longer just an assistant, it's becoming a proactive partner.
I mean, just look at this new landscape. For software development, Anthropic's Claude Code is now acting as that autonomous project lead we talked about. In media, Disney just dropped $1 billion to license its iconic characters to OpenAI's Sora for generative video. And for big companies, tools like CoreOps.ai are tackling the absolute nightmare of automating those ancient, clunky IT systems. AI is not a feature anymore. It's a core member of the team.
And it's not just work. Even our entertainment is becoming interactive. We just saw YouTube roll out a new feature called Game Gen. It literally lets you take a video you're watching and with a click, turn it into a playable game. The line between being a consumer and being a creator, it's just completely dissolving.
But, and this is a really big but, this kind of explosive progress, it doesn't come for free. With this much power, moving this fast, comes a very, very serious reality check. And that brings us to our final pillar today, the Great Reckoning. The industry is now staring down a crisis on multiple fronts. You've got huge technical risks, like the React-to-Shell vulnerability that showed just how fragile the supply chain for these AI systems really is. Then you have the ethical problems, like this concept of moral de-skilling that Anthropic's been researching, this idea that as experts rely more on AI, they might actually lose their own intuition. And on top of all of that, you have the societal backlash, a perfect storm of antitrust lawsuits, governments demanding regulations, and a whole lot of anxiety about a potential AI bubble. So when you put it all together, the agentic pivot, AI moving into our physical world, and this huge reckoning with all the new risks, it means that as we close the book on 2025, the entire map of the AI industry has been completely redrawn. The game has changed, and the stakes for 2026, well, they're higher than ever before.
What a wild year. It's crazy to think we started with this public race to build the best chatbot, and we're ending it in this complex new reality of specialized, agentic AI that's acting in the real world, supercharging science and weaving itself into the very fabric of our lives.
And that really leaves all of us with the single most important question as we head into the new year. In this new world that's being built by these AI agents, are you going to be the one directing them? Or are you just going to be along for the ride?